Hi, everyone. This is Miss Sue from the Snyder County Library, and I'm continuing my series of kindness. And I'm introducing you to some people here in our very neighborhood, in our community of Snyder County, who are really doing great things and contributing to all of the goodness in the world, because we can't have enough of that right now with everything going on. And this week I am introducing you to Lori Weir. Now, Lori runs the Meals for Seals program. We're going to hear about that in just a minute. But Lori, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what town you live in, and what work you do?
Well, I live in Snyder County now in Selinsgrove, but I grew up in Lycoming County, living in Williamsport and South Williamsport. And I currently work at Snyder County Children and Youth Services, and I've been there for 18 years. I work as a social service aide, and I typically do parenting classes as my main role there. I'm also part of the prevention services that the agency offers to help families that just need some assistance to get them out of the system.
Right. And I know that's just part of who you are, and that's what you do for your job. But Lori, I know around town you are known for a lot of other things. And the thing that we'd like to talk to you about today is your program, Meals for Seals. Can you just tell us a little bit about what it is and how it began?
Sure. A friend of mine actually was the one who came up with the idea. We initially went to the schools and asked them if they thought that it was a need for our school district to have a meals program. And what it is um, it's for children who have food insufficiencies. If there's any concerns that maybe they would go without or not have quite enough food for the whole family. And we have the weekend program, which is providing food to them when school's in session. This is pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
We would go in on a Friday and give them food kits for Saturday and Sunday. And one food kit includes a breakfast item, a lunch item, a supper item, and two snacks that are convenient for a child to prepare if they should need to prepare it on their own. And we serve every child in the family. So even if they have siblings that are too young for school, they still might be hungry as well. And so we take care of them. Now that we're in the pandemic, we are actually serving families every other weekend, and they come to us rather than us going to them. To keep more people out of the schools, our volunteers would typically go in and deliver that to the classroom. But for safety concerns and spreading less germs, we have them come to us, and we do a drive-through where the family gets food for the entire family. They get a big box of food, and they still get their weekend food kits for the kiddos. So we're not just feeding the children, we're feeding the whole family. And we try to give them food that they can prepare meals with. And we try to give them recipes in order for them to know, what to do with the items that we provided. We're really fortunate in that we use the Pennsylvania Food Bank, and we can give them milk and meat, which is not something that they would typically get, those perishable items from a regular food bank. So it's been a great service. We didn't have any idea what the need was in our county until we dug a little deeper and found out that there were about, in each of the schools in our district, about 50% of the children who are on free or reduced lunch and breakfast programs. But there's also more children than that number that are eligible for it. So that is why we felt that there was a need. And we've had really good success. The schools are really cooperative. Can't say enough about the administration and the teachers who refer children and utilize the services.
Besides the food banks, where else do you get your donations?
We have a couple churches that are really faithful in donating food items. Just this week, for example, folks from St. Pius Church brought, I think it was 75 bags of food down that are kits that they already prepared. So that takes some of the work away from us and helps them to contribute in a big way. We have a couple other churches that have food boxes out that collect for us. Sometimes the schools will do drives. Sometimes local businesses will contribute. So, and we work hand in hand with the folks at Loaves and Fishes. Randy Fisher from that program has been instrumental in helping us to be able to supply a lot of things, especially the perishable items that are hard for families to get if they would go to a regular food bank.
Right. And I think I know you, Lori, and I know that you would like to say something about the many volunteers you have, correct?
Oh, that's true. We really couldn't do it without the volunteers.
How
They
many
make
do
it
you
doable.
how many do you think you have right now?
It's hard to put a number on that because pre-pandemic, I probably could have given you an estimate because people sign in and then we would keep track of how many volunteers we have in a year. I would say, oh boy, it's a pretty significant number, maybe like 150 volunteers. We have students from the Key Club, the National Honor Society at the schools. We have a group from Susquehanna University that would come in, and we have a couple of different groups from just in the community, like family members that would get together. And when we would have a work party, which pre-pandemic was every third Monday of the month, we would get anywhere from 12 to 30 volunteers at a work party
Wow.
from the community. So a lot of people are seeing it as a way to get their children involved in helping and understanding, that there are people in need and that we can do things to reach out and be kind to others that way. So what we're doing currently is just having families come in because we don't want people to expose one another, get other people sick. So we're not taking any chances. We're just using very small groups, and we are doing our packing parties the week of a distribution, so that we're having less people touch the food, less people in contact with one another.
Right. If someone watching this would like to be involved and maybe help you in one way or another, how would they get in touch with you or the program or whatever?
Well, we fall under the Snyder County Coalition for Kids. That was a wonderful way for us to connect with others and to have that media resource. But also, they allow us to be a nonprofit, which is really helpful in getting the supplies that we need from various places like the Pennsylvania Food Bank. So I think either reaching out to someone else who volunteers or getting on the website for the Snyder County Coalition for Kids. Amy McLaughlin, who is in charge of that, would help them to connect with me. They could probably even reach out to me at Snyder County Children and Youth Services. A lot of people know that I'm there and connect with me there. So any of those avenues, like I said, if somebody posted something on Facebook and said, I'm looking for how to get in contact, I think there are enough people that know enough about the program to know a volunteer or how to reach me that way.
Right. And one more thing, I know that, and I don't know if it grew out of your program or how it came about, but I know in Middleburg, Pennsylvania, there is something called Meals for Mustangs. Is that similar to Meals for Seals?
Very much so. Actually, Candace Benner, who is a school nurse in the district, is the one who started that, and she has been running that program for quite some time. In fact, I reached out to her to find out how to get started, and so she has a lot of churches that assist her in that program, and I know that it's still up and running. And she is also under the Snyder County Coalition for Kids because she decided to join that group as well, and they also help her with the work that she does.
So she would be a person that if people are in the western end of the county or in Middleburg might feel the need to want to volunteer a little bit, that might be another place for you to go. Is
Yeah.
there anything else you'd like to add about your wonderful program, Lori?
Um, I'm just going to back up a second and say I'm not exactly sure what Candace's volunteer program looks like. I think she runs that through a church group that
Okay.
that does that work. So I'm not sure what
But
the
they could get
opportunities
in
are.
contact with Candace if they had questions.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
good. Yeah, yeah.
All
So
right.
about our program, it's growing and growing. Sadly, there are more people in need, but I'm thankful that they have a place to go. I know that there are a variety of programs in the community that do a great job, and it's so awesome to be able to network with them and with just to be able to outreach and say this is what I need, or just the support that we all give each other and working together. I am housed at the All Saints Episcopal Church, and they have been so incredible in helping me to be able to get the things that I need, to do some of the work for us. They've just been incredible to work with. The folks at Martha's Table are really, you know, uh, helpful in so many different ways. And so just the blessing of being able to utilize people in the community and the services that are already in place and be able to work together. I think it's just a great place to be, and I'm thankful for the kindness of others and that ability to work well together.
Well, we are thankful for you, Lori. And today is the day that we're going to celebrate you. You'll see a little swag on your front lawn soon because we're going to give you a Be Kind sign. But I'd just like to really thank you for letting us know about this wonderful program. I've been hearing about it from lots of people in the community when I started this. So I wanted to make sure that we talked to you, set everything straight, and I know more about it now than I did before. So I'm going to say thank you.
Thank you. And thanks to the many volunteers that send money in to the coalition to keep us going, because they've been incredible. I just want to add one more thing too. Over the summer, when the kids were in need of food at the school, the school was communicating with us what the needs were, and people from the community were just showing up in huge numbers, filling a van full of foods that the schools could use to feed the children when they weren't in school, that they still could continue that, lunch program. And like I said, I can't say enough about the community that we live in and the way that others support one another and care about the kids. So thank you very much.
And that is so true. Well, thank you for filling us in, and we'll probably be hearing more from you later because you have your hand, it seems like, Lori, in a lot of different things. And this is just one, but how thankful and blessed we are to have you in our community.
Oh, thank you.
So this is Miss Sue from the Snyder County Library. I'm gonna stop now, but I'm gonna say what I always say. Remember that here in our community, we're trying to plant seeds of kindness. And our goal is to someday plant so many seeds that we have a forest of kindness here. So continue to do those things. Boys and girls, you're never too small to do something kind. And please remember to take care of each other. So until next week, I'm going to sign off and say, have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.